Hey, so unlike last week when I wasn't able to do the SmackDown Live review, today I am able to do the SmackDown Live review from last night's episode of SmackDown Live. Um, First let me just start by saying that it was, like, a pretty mellow go-home show, but I definitely enjoyed it more than, in my opinion, I did like it more than Raw. Just, I was okay with Raw, but I like this go-home show just a little bit better. Also, for the Monday Night Raw video, I forgot to put Go Home Show in the title, so I may or may not put that in, but may not fix that, but I just thought I'd put that here. Okay, now on with SmackDown Live, February 11th, February 12th, 2019 live review, whatever. So, okay, so the first segment one, it started with, like, automatically, like, it showed the Titantron, and then, like, the video was playing of when Vince suspended Becky for 60 days, which I still think was horrible. I do not like that decision at all. And then, like, him say that she's suspended for 60 days, and then says your replacement, Charlotte. And then the video stopped, and Charlotte actually came out. Like, so I thought that was kind of cool. They transitioned from a recap right to the real time. Like, and I thought that was kind of cool. I did like that. Charlotte got in the ring and started talking about how Becky was, like, flashing the pan and stuff, and just insulting Becky up and down, and, like, she did this thing where she was like, Becky, Becky, and people actually stopped because her doing the Becky chant was, like, really just, no. And people were booing Charlotte, and Charlotte's just talking about how, like, Vince didn't pick her because she's his favorite. He picked her because that's what's best for business, even though what's best for business is just letting the match go the way it was, because that annoyed me. Anyway, yeah, basically Charlotte's just talking, and then she says that she has a front row ticket to Elimination Chamber to see Ronda and Ruby Riot's match. She says she promises she won't interfere or anything. She just wants to see if she's going to have a new opponent at WrestleMania or not. And then she did, like, what, told the fans to shut up, then left. The segment, I do say Charlotte does fit better as a heel than a face. I will say that. But I'll also just say, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It bugs me so much. It was a good segment, but it just annoys me. But after that, this was the first match of the night, which was Fabulous Glow, Carmella and Naomi versus the Iconics versus Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, otherwise known as Fire and Desire, in a triple threat tag team match to see who were going to get the final spots in the Elimination Chamber, like, who was going to come out last. And, of course, the losers, like with Raw, would have to end up going out first. So, they, like... However, all we saw at first was Naomi and Carmella's entrance, and then cut to commercial, and then we came back, and there were, like, was actually the second segment, which was, like, video packages of all the SmackDown Live girls tag teams talking about why they are going to win. And not really much to say about that, just, like, they're just talking about why they're going to win the match, and at Elimination Chamber. And the thing that I really did enjoy, though, is that Iconics seemed to be out of character. And it was kind of cool to just see them be themselves. And just, I mean, they kind of got back into it a little bit at the very end, but it seemed like they were just being themselves for a little bit. And that I always enjoy. But anyway, we get back to the match, and Naomi and Carmella killed it this match. And they won, so I am happy. They won the match. That is great. Only after that, the Iconics, who hadn't done anything in the match at all, got in the ring and just, like, attacked Naomi and Carmella. Great. But Naomi and Carmella do have great tag team work, chemistry. They do have great chemistry. I will say that. Only when they were like standing there during the beginning, I told my dad, I kept thinking how like if Asuka hadn't won the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, it would be her and Naomi doing that right now. And that's just what's a little like funny to me. Just a little weird to me, but okay. Um, I will have something to say about that at the very end, about Asuka, but first let's just get back to this. The third segment was Bayley had a backstage interview after her match on Raw, and she was saying that like Sasha might be injured, but she will be at Elimination Chamber. Like she will be ready to fight. And then the other Raw tag teams were like talking about how they were gonna win. Nia and Tamina had this really weird thing where like Nia was talking and then Tamina would keep like trying to chime in, but Nia would just keep talking. It was weird. Also, they're calling themselves the Samoan Slaughterhouse. Great. And then Sasha, and then Sarah and Liv are just talking about how they'll always have each other's backs. Awesome. So after that, the fourth segment is a time video of Mustafa Ali saying that because he was injured the week before, he's not able to compete at Elimination Chamber. And so the thing through like out the whole first hour was kind of like finding out which member of the New Day was going to take his place. And so, but the video is just, his black eye is a lot better now. It's just black eye, not swollen anymore, which is good. But he just said that even though he's hurt, he will be back. And that this is only going to make him stronger, and that he'll come back and fight even harder because he does want to give that title off of Daniel Bryan. Sorry, the new Daniel Bryan. Okay, and then after that was the fifth segment, the McMiz TV. And this had to be my favorite segment of the entire show. My favorite segment by far, McMiz TV. They come out and like Miz talks about how like while he was promoting for the show Miz and Mrs., Shane it has a guest starring spot on the TV show NCIS LA. Cool. And Shane was like, no, don't tell them about that. And he's like, why did I tell you about this? And Miz is like, only tell family. And Shane's like, yeah. And Miz is like, yeah, but we're all your family. And Shane's kind of like, okay. And then their guests, the Usos, came out. And they ended up like playing this game of like tag teams, like tag team know each other thing, where like the Usos, of course, they're twin brothers, so they know like everything about each other. And so they're like guessing their favorite color, like red, pepperoni pizza, that stuff. And then Miz is like, we can do it too. And he would say, Shane, what's my favorite this or that? And then he would whisper it. He would whisper it to Shane with the microphone still up so we can hear. And then Shane would like say everything. So like that was funny. I found that whole thing funny. And then it started getting personal when like Miz brought up the fact that Mandy Rose had something going with Jimmy or wanted to have something going with Jimmy, and then Shane's like, we'll just beat you at Elimination Chamber. The Usos were mad, and I thought it was like a really rather tame segment, but then the Usos did their double super kick on Shane and Miz. My dad's expression, he looked so surprised at that, and I'm just like, there you go. That's how these McMiz or Miz TVs usually end, so that's great. Oh, man. And then it's only the second match, the final match, the main event, the 6-man gauntlet match to see who was going to enter the chamber last. So, the new Daniel Bryan came out, and he's talking about how like it's unfair that he has to be in the Elimination Chamber, but he'll do it to defend his title, that stuff. And then Kofi Kingston comes out. Well, actually, the New Day came out, and first, like, Big E started to step up, then step back, then Xavier stepped up and stepped back, and then Kofi Kingston got out there. It was kind of like what happened at Money in the Bank last year. Them like trying to like hold the suspense or whatever. But yeah, then Kofi finally stepped up, and Kofi actually managed to defeat Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe in a roundabout of like 45 minutes before AJ Styles. And like, oh my god, his performance was incredible. Like, it really was, but we were also like kind of tired. So I was like, I went from like, please let this end soon, it's almost 10, to like, whoa, oh my god, Kofi is killing it here. So like, he beat Daniel Bryan, and that was awesome. And then I love Jeff, but seeing Kofi still like exhausted, but still able to do a win because he got trouble. He hit SOS on Jeff. He hit Trouble in Paradise on Daniel Bryan to win after the New Day members, and then Rowan had got disqualified because they were like interfering at different points. And then he hit SOS on Jeff for the win. And then Samoa Joe, like, me and my dad both thought that Kofi was about to get put in the coquina clutch, but like, Samoa Joe was taking his time with Kofi, and like, Kofi, no matter what, he would not stay down. Like, you could tell he was completely out of it, but he was like determined to finish the match. And so like, Samoa Joe ends up getting him in a coquina clutch, and so Kofi's panicking, and then he gets up, runs up onto the rope, and then flips over, and ends up in this like roll up, pinning Samoa Joe's shoulders to the mat, and pins him. And I'm like, okay. And so like, and then Samoa Joe like got so mad at Kofi, threw him out of the ring, and then put him in a coquina clutch again. Kofi passes out, then AJ Styles comes out because he's next, and he runs down, saves Kofi, and then chases Samoa Joe back up the ramp, and then he goes and checks on Kofi as we go to commercial. And then, like, you come back from commercial, and AJ's, like, in the ring, but he's so, like, just concerned for Kofi, because Kofi is so out of it, but he sees Kofi get back in the ring, and even he's like, man, you don't have to do this. Like, you've proved enough. Just stop. It's okay. You don't have to keep going. He doesn't want to hurt Kofi, because he's, like, he cares. He knows that, like, Kofi's giving his best shot. Like, it can stop now. And then Kofi's, like, getting mad. He's like, no, I've worked for 11 years to get here. I am not going to quit. And you know how AJ's only weakness is his temper. Kofi knows this too, so Kofi's trying to rile him up to get him to, like, fight. But AJ's still trying to resist because it's like, man, I don't want to hurt you. You're already hurt enough. But he slaps AJ one too many times, and AJ loses it, and they end up having a really cool match. The matchup is going good. Like, Kofi's getting a lot of offense, but, like, in between, like, AJ. But then AJ gets Kofi into the calf crusher. Kofi tries to hang on, but he can't, so he taps. AJ immediately lets go, and then, like, as soon as it's over, he's immediately, like, bending down, like, checking on Kofi again, just, like, making sure he's okay, and New Day, and then Xavier and Big E come out, and they're, like, helping, and everyone's, like, checking on Kofi. They walk Kofi to the back, and then it's AJ and Randy Orton. Now, I look at my clock, and it's, like, it's 10, so like, it's time to stop, so you know the match. So me and my dad both like, RKO out of nowhere is going to happen right now. So, like, AJ's looking, Randy's music's playing, AJ's looking at down at the ramp, and lo and behold, Randy Orton just comes through, RKO's AJ, takes off his vest, covers him, gets 1, 2, 3, and he has the final spot in the chamber. So he's coming out last on Sunday. Cool. And then it immediately faded to black because it was like 10 and they were definitely running short on time. So they just immediately cut after that. But yeah, Randy Orton is the winner. So this is a pretty short review because the Go Home show was like pretty short. Not much happened. But what I will say is there was no United States champion. There was no R-Truth. There was no Rusev. I thought we were going to find out more on what was going on with Andrade and Rey Mysterio, but we didn't get them. And once again, for the third week in a row, there is no Asuka. There is no SmackDown Women's Champion. Where is Asuka? She's she's defending her title at live events and I guess dark matches now because you don't have anything for her to do. Give her something to do. I know that on Twitter, like Sasha and Natalya are saying that they want a shot at the championship, so let them come over to SmackDown and do it if they want to. Like, I don't really care. It's like, just let her do something. Just let her be on. Give her something so that she can work for to WrestleMania, since unless over the week she suddenly gets something for Elimination Chamber, I highly doubt it. Hopefully by Fastlane or something, but that's the only thing that really bugged me. But yeah, that's about it. I am gonna go for right now, but I will see you in a little while for WWE NXT. So I'll see you in a bit.